looks like we are good here. Let me just make sure that our mic is good here too. So our mic should be good. We're live streaming there. And let's get live on this. So we should be jumping live on Facebook. You guys, welcome. My name is Kevin Garlick. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm actually going to be covering the Master Resell Right Business Model. Now, why am I covering this? So there's many of us that are coming in and building out our courses. There's many of us that are coming in and being part of like school games, or there's many of us that are being part of like all of these different things, right? And what I'm learning, so I learned this from, again, some of the students that we have. Let me share a link with people if they want to join. I'm learning this from some of the students that we have. I'm learning this from, again, a lot of people, a lot of feedback that I'm hearing is people have no freaking clue what they're actually doing. They have no clue what they're doing. So they're coming in and they're building out these courses. They're coming in, they're building out these things, and they're trying to get success because they're trying to go in and quote unquote resell stuff or going and build their own product, right? But they have no freaking clue what the heck they are doing. And they jump on with so much enthusiasm and so much excitement that they come in and sell you. I mean, you see this with Alex Hormozy. You see this with Grant Cardone. You see this with Ty Lopez. You see this with all these people that come in and flash these big things in front of you and that are so freaking excited that they go in and they convince you into all of these different things. Now, not that it's bad, not that it's wrong. I mean, what they're doing is good and what they're doing works, right? But what I want to do is I just want to show you processy, something that you can do yourself. You can apply this situation entirely yourself. And it is an overview of the Master Resell Rights Business Model. So no, it is not MRR, meaning monthly reoccurring revenue. However, that does play into it, okay? But it is called Master Resell Rights Program. There's tons of different programs out there. You can jump in like the roadmaps and yeah, I don't even want to name them all. Basically what happens is these people come in, they create a half-assed course, excuse my language, it is half-assed. They create these half-assed courses and they sell people to come into a program and then sell them to go and promote the program and sell them to do all of these different things. There is nothing wrong with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do the processes correctly so that way you can actually make the most amount of value with the thing that you are actually building, the most amount of value. And if you're running into any technical difficulties or if you're not getting sound, please let me know. This is live. I do record, right? So in this specific section, of course, I'll be recording certain segments so you can take out specific segments. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to dive into this specific section. We're going to dive in. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in the chat. Don't be freaking shy. Like, I get so many people that like reach out to me, say, hey, Cam, I've been watching your stuff. Cam, I've been doing this stuff, right? But they won't come in and they won't come into our channel, right? I put a link here for you to join live and ask me questions. Okay, they won't come into these channels. They won't come in. Instead, they'll come in and say, Cam, I have this best business idea in the world and I want to show you it. Great. Come into my lives. If you really want me to assist you with these things, you need to show that you do. I don't want you to just come in there and say, Cam, I need this, so I'm on your beck and call. I'm not going to do that anymore. I've done that in the past. And for me, I'm changing it. If you're serious about building a business, if you're serious about these things, you need to be here. You need to spend the time and dedication on it. I have so many people that, Cam, I can't focus on this because of X, Y, Z. Or they go in and they focus on, like, this is the past. They go and focus on a LinkedIn course or these things. They pay these people thousands of bucks. This is information that I'm teaching these people for free. No longer, okay? If you want to be in these things, you be in these things, okay? If you want to learn this stuff, you learn this stuff, okay? You're not going to take the shortcut, okay? I'm going to build a course for the shortcut, but you're going to pay for that. Now, okay, if you want any of this stuff for free, jump on my lives. You can ask these questions. I'm freely open. Now, I do have a background where I build out a lot of different businesses I can dive into. But again, in this specific focus, we're going to be jumping in to the MRR program. So looking forward to have you here, and let's dive in. Boom. Okay, we're ready to go in. So let's go in really quick. Focusing on your future. People messaging me now. Let me respond and we'll go in there. So to get things started, what we're going to do is we're going to dive quickly into the G-Funnel dashboard. Okay. So if you don't have an account, create one. It's freaking free. Create one. So again, you can go to social.gfunnel.com. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Go in there. Okay. Social.gfunnel.com. Okay. Am I going to sell you on this? I don't know. Go sell yourself. Okay, click on that link and create an account. If you notice, it says create your free account. We're adding a bunch of stuff for free. Why is it important to get this stuff? If you're building your business at all, you're going to need software. You're going to need you're going to need things. Why not get it for free versus following these fake gurus? Just jump in here, get the stuff. I give it for free. If you don't value things that you have for free, then get rid of your family, right? Get rid of your time, right? Get rid of these things because those things are free. And they're the most valuable things in the absolute world. Stop going towards the Gucci's, going towards these things in whatever the case it is. Just jump in and get it for free. That being said, we're going to start in this platform, and then I'm going to dive into showing you what actually the MRR business model is. Again, I do not, for clarity, I'm not saying the MRR business model, meaning we're going to, it's monthly reoccurring revenue. Now, do you earn monthly reoccurring revenue within any business models? Most cases, yes. Okay. But the business model that I'm going to show you is not specifically that. It's an entire business model that is used and leveraged for people that want to create a course. So if you're wanting to create a course or a digital product or anything, the master resell rights is basically, for simple terms, it's basically you have a product and you sell that product to somebody and you make 100% commission on that product. Okay. It doesn't have to be your own product. Now, can you create your own master resell right product? Heck yeah, you can. Right. But let's just say you're like, I don't know how to create a product. A master resell rights is basically it's getting a product, buying it from somebody else and reselling it. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay. Let me turn, since you jumped into this chat, Ty, welcome, Ty. You're in this one. I'm going to turn my audio back up so that way I don't have to have a headset to hear you. Hopefully that's cool. There we go. Now I don't think I have to have a headset to hear you. So, but again, what we're going to be doing is jumping into MRR. What the frig is it? Why is it important? Again, we built a dashboard. The dashboard is, again, this specific dashboard, it doesn't support the MRR, yes, but it supports every freaking business model there is. I'm just going to show you like how we build it with inside. Okay, very simple. So first thing we're going to do is click on our tools, go up to diagram. I'm going to show you how this thing works. And again, I'm going to stop here and there because I record courses on this stuff. So this way we can, here, I'll go master resell right. This way I'm getting a bit of the courses created as well as, again, showing you guys live, showing you back there. So Ty, what's up? You're in this live chat. What's up, man? How are you?
Good. Figured I'd hop on.
Yeah, glad to have you here. If you have any questions at all, let me know and I can dive into basically anything that you want, okay? Let me know. You see my screen here in that chat, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just going to dive into the master resell rights, exactly what it is. Have you ever heard of it, master resell rights?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know a bit about it. Have you dove into it yet? Are you still where are you at with it?
Just a very little bit about it.
A little bit about it. Okay. So basically, like who it's basically for anyone who's like a beginner in entrepreneurship. And why I say that is it's mostly for like people who, let's say you don't know what a funnel is, you have no idea, right? You don't know what marketing is, you have no idea. You don't know what these things are, you have no idea. That's kind of who it starts with. Now, who it ends with, I mean, you could be the most advanced marketer in the world and you just want to make extra money because you want a side hustle and you want to automate like a side hustle, right? So you can use it in both different cases. But basically what it is like this. Do you want me to do it from start or do you want me to show you what we already have built? What's best for you?
What you've already built.
Built, cool. Let me jump into our drive. So we built a system, brought people in. We have about 10,000 users within that system. It is built like this. Let me just jump into this one. I don't want to jump into, let me just see. Nope. This specific one is the structure of a company called Lipo. That's the specific company. Learn Earn Profits Online, structured it for them and everything, but I'm just going to kind of show you kind of how it works, okay? So we'll dive in. So basically, let's see if I can find a clear model for you. Okay. So it's built within Lead Connector. You have Lead Connector, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So you have your own Lead Connector. So it's built there. Gosh, I'm just going to, instead of the confusing way, I'm just going to show you the easy way, okay? So basically what it is, you have traffic that comes through, okay? Traffic comes through, they come in and they have this, it's just a sales funnel basically. So you have your, most cases, they start with like a stand store, but you can start with any type of information type store, but basically it starts there. Then they have a few different offers. One of those offers is like a free offer. Another offer is like a paid offer. So this one's like a small pay. I'm just going to call this one the MRR course, okay? For easy sake. But basically what happens, somebody comes in here, you have an opt-in, and then basically what happens is like this. So somebody comes in, you opt them in, they come into you give them some type of a free offer. Most cases it's related to this course. So it's some type of let me show you how to get leads. Let me show you how to get sales. Let me show you how to make passive income. Let me show you the blueprints of this. Let me show you the $1 million business. Let me show you right? It's any of those things. And then what ends up happening, so it's just your lead magnet here. It sends them the email for a download. And I'm just showing you the simple structure of it. And then it brings them down to like a how-to page. Do you follow me so far on this?
Yes, sir.
Cool. How-to page, pretty simple stuff, right? So basically, the how-to page is simply a bridge page, and it links them into this course. And this is just very simple terms, okay? So it's basically, you have a stand store, or you can have a landing page, you can have a LinkedIn bio, you can have whatever the heck you want. The traffic is generated from, I mean, you can do organic or paid stuff. Okay, there's two different parts of it. The course teaches how to do stuff on organic. It teaches how to do stuff on paid. It teaches how to structure this specific LinkedIn bio, how to structure this specific bio. It teaches how to get that lead magnet, right? So this is the lead magnet. It teaches the traffic source of how to bridge somebody here. It teaches how to do this specific video, and it teaches them how to sell this specific course. Does that make sense so far?
Yep.
Okay, that's basically what the course does. Pretty easy stuff. But all it does is it teaches somebody to come in here. So when somebody checks out, now somebody can come in and they can buy the course. They could buy basically like a private rights label. So like a PLR, right? They can buy like their own course of it, right? Their own private label rights, or they can buy an MRR course style. The MRR course is basically like, hey, you get 100% commission of it. The PLR side is basically like, hey, you're reselling it and you're gaining an affiliate of it. That makes sense?
Yep.
Affiliate commission. Okay, and let me just structure that here. MRR is basically 100% commission. Okay, so this is what most of these companies do. Like for instance, one of ours, let's just jump in really quick. You can build it around like a community like this, right? So this is like one community. This is like an MRR product type community, right? So you can build around like communities like this. That's usually what you do. So that way the community supports it. But basically somebody comes in here, they buy this course. These in a sense are checkouts. They come into here, and then what they typically do is they sell this guy for about $500. And then they sell this person, I call it person. They sell this one for about $297, roughly somewhere in there. And then they bring somebody through like a purchase validation. So this would be in a sense a purchase validation. So like they come in, they buy it. There's a form that they fill out. And this is like the gatekeeper. Does that make sense? I can give you a better one. A little bit more complex, but this is more of a better gatekeeper. Okay, so basically there's the sell. Somebody comes in, they submit their information. You as the company, you become the gatekeeper. So if I came back here, right, let me just kind of copy this guy. Copy that. Okay. We do it like that. Okay. Basically, this is how it would work. And then somebody would get their two things from this cell. They would get their certificate, and then they would get their receipt. Okay. You can do this with any course, any product, anything that you desire. And the goal is like this certificate, you have to kind of make it look cool. You have to make it be like, oh, you are an official MRR user, right? And then they have their receipt here. Their receipt, what they do is they just follow their receipt in this validation piece. Is that too complex, or do you want me to break it down any?
What's the validation piece?
So validation's like, let's say you are the course owner or the community owner. So like, I'll give you like an example here, okay? So let's say I'm in, let me just jump into our courses really quick. Whoops. Let me just jump in. Let me switch organizations really quick. So this is just like an exampled one, right? So let's say like you're this organization, right? And you want people to come into it. And again, if you're using Lead Connector, you would have it like this, right? So you'd have the course within your learning side, and then you would have people coming into your community side, right? So you could do it in here. You could do it within our platform, either or. But basically what happens is you are the gatekeeper, meaning nobody can have access to that course unless you give them access to that course. And this receipt, why this receipt is important is because this is a snapshot that you're going to be creating for all of the people coming into that business model. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the snapshot is basically, this is the business model that you built for them. You built them the landing pages, you built them the automated follow-ups, you built them the opt-in forms, you built them basically everything. So now what happens, they come in and they say, oh, I purchased this. So like, let's say it's one of your affiliates that they purchased from. You track the affiliate side, and then you have this person come in and submit their receipt into you being the gatekeeper that releases the course, the snapshot, and everything else to that specific user. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And then from there, basically it's validated, goes to a thank you page. And now this is where they start accessing your stuff, whether it's accessing your own Go High Level account, whether it's accessing your own community, whether it's accessing whatever it is. This is your E stage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now they access it. I mean, we have some details in here, like support team A supports this, like the facilitation of this. We have AI and stuff that does that. And then you can have support team B cover certain things if you want. If you want to go that deep into your operations, you don't have to. But if you wanted to go that deep into your operations, you could. Okay. Then basically what this course does, all this course does is teaches this person how to set up this snapshot, right? That's all it's basically doing. Is like the first thing is making sure that they have their account set up, their course set up, making sure that they know, hey, this is what a LinkedIn bio is, this is what it's used for, and this is how you set it up. This is what your lead magnet is. This is how you use ChatGPT prompts to generate your lead magnets or whatever it is, and this is how you set it up. This is how you set up your like you already preset your workflows for their lead magnet downloads, right? Even though it's just an email that's basically saying, click here to download, and they're coming into the how-to page, and then they're downloading it from here. Okay. Is this too complex? You want me to break it down any?
No, it makes sense.
Makes sense? Okay. So basically what you do is you set all of this stuff up for them, including this specific sales funnel that sells that specific course. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then all the course does is teaches them how to change the colors within their Go High Level or their lead connector, to change like the colors or the branding to match theirs, but you have the same process and the same system built for them as for every single person who comes into your system. Okay. Then what it does when you bring people in here, right? This is what those modules teach. So then you come in and you start teaching like your specific courses. I can show you. You have your course. Don't you have a course? Don't you have an email course?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could, in a sense, apply the same thing with your email course. I'll just show you like a simple course structure. How's that going, by the way? Dominating?
So, it went good. It was just a mini course. I've got a much more robust, comprehensive course built out now. That's not going to be free.
Okay.
So I've just been kind of playing around with the little pieces that I've been kind of trialing and erroring with.
Yeah. What I would do on yours, are you using Go High Level to do it, or are you using like the Play to do it?
So high level is a part of it. I mean, I'll just be straight up. The way I'm building the courses is to where I can make the high level part interchangeable. So then it could become Salesforce, HubSpot, high level, etc.
Cool.
But then everything else be the same because it's just principles, concepts, and tech stack stuff.
Okay. I can tell you your bottleneck you'll run into. Do you want to hear it?
Let's hear it.
Your reoccurring revenue growth. You won't be able to make it sustainable. What will end up happening is you'll build out this awesome course. Let's say it's like this as an example, and it's extremely dynamic. And let's say your price is like $1,500. Let's just say, right? Sell it for $1,500 or $5,000, whatever the heck you want to sell it for, right? Where the issue could be is this, because you're front loading it without establishing a reoccurring, unless you have affiliates lined up throughout the whole system, or unless you have.
Well, part of it too is my tech stack is affiliating myself on every possible tech stack usage.
Okay, that's good.
Everything from Apollo to Zoom Info to Clay. I have affiliate accounts for all of that. So my part of my recurring ideology is guide them, direct them, be part of the tech stack, like defining your tech stack portion, pushing them into affiliates. So that way, everything that they do brings me recurring revenue. Okay.
So let's just do it kind of like this, kind of show you. So let's say you have your original sell here, right? You have your traffic here, traffic that's generated here. You have your original sell here. And let's say you have your tech stack here. And your tech stack creates that recurring revenue, right?
Well, then my back ends too. One of the things I'm looking for on the back ends is doing coaching, consulting / masterminding on the back end.
coaching.
I just went to a self-liquidating offer workshop, and so I'm playing around with all these different concepts of how do you create that front end, pipeline that just never runs out of leads. So
correct. That's I think where because again, if you're running into this, right? So your tech stack, your reoccurring, this is going to sustain your business. Your upfront sell, this is now your positive feedback loop for your paid advertisement, right? So you have your paid advertisement coming up here. So it would be your sell plus. So you would have your upfront, and then you would have your plus your pull off, plus a little bit of margin to keep back for the operations of your business. So I would say plus your margin for ops. So let's say this is the case. Are you going to be spending all of this money? How do you plan on scaling that piece? So that exact question that you're running into, which is you're creating that reoccurring leads, meaning your unlimited lead bucket, meaning your traffic that keeps on coming in. Are you the one that's going to be responsible for that by covering it with your upfront cost?
Potentially. Yeah, potentially. I think that's why taking it from an organic / paid and targeting different existing ecosystems is going to be kind of part of the equation. I'm not exactly sure on that.
Okay. Your bottleneck would be there.
Okay.
How you solve it?
Well, that's why I'm so interested in the self-liquidating offers, because if I solve for that, and that's all answered for.
Okay.
Because it'll cover its own costs.
But you're the one still covering that cost, right?
Yeah. Temporarily, yeah, until it's running fluidly. So
again, the issue that you're going to run down to is you're only one personality, unless you're schizophrenic and I don't know it, right? Like you only have one personality, right?
Yeah.
You only have so you have one personality, you have one mind, one track, right? One focus, one perception, one empathy. So the only way to scale that is to gain multiples of your brain. So you take the Dave Marquis, you take the concept of the what is it? The submarine, the Olympias, the Olympus. It's Dave Marquis, so I can send you the link. But you take the mindset of him, and he knows that he only has one brain, and he knows that it's only so powerful. But if you can leverage the brain of other people and the influence of other people, that's when you scale, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. The only way to do that, because if you're the one covering this, your bottleneck is your money. Right. So let's say you make $1 million if you're up front, you make $1 million. Let's say you still have your margin for your ops. Let's say even you put back 90% of your revenue, which is crazy amounts. You put back 90% of your revenue on your upfronts coming in here. You're still limited to $900,000 of a budget. You're still limited. Now you can grow your margin, but you're still limited with processing. And you're only on a one-track processing because you have one ads account. Maybe you create multiple, right? But you have one source of influence that's coming out. I would say if you can apply the MRR model to what you're doing, where even if you're like, hey, I'm going to spend 90% anyways, right? Maybe you pay them out 90% commission for reselling your course. Because people want to sell. Does that make sense? Like, people don't want to build operations. They don't want to create stuff. They're lazy. They don't want to do that stuff. They want to go and influence and sell the people who sell. The people who are lazy are just the people that are lazy. So what you do is you entice those people that want to sell. And then what are their reasons for selling? To make money, right? That's their whole reason for selling. If you can empower them to use their own money to make that commission, and then you gain a percentage off that top, you're now copying yourself, your influence, your perception into a million other people that have different influences, different perceptions, different drives, different goals, different everything, but you're bringing them all back to that same one source, which is to sell your course, your product. It gives you automatic authority because somebody else is selling your own system, right? So that way if you were able to do that correctly, when it comes down to your mentorship, right? If you're paying that, you're gaining authority coming in here. So the traffic in that cell gains you authority. And that traffic in that cell that gains you authority, it pushes that authority into your mentorship. Now, the only way to talk to you is to maybe be in your first circle, right? Well, to be in the first circle, it's $25,000 a year to be in that first circle to even speak to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So how you do that is you empower the people to sell your course. Like, you can do it as an affiliate, but let's say you're like, hey, Cam, like, I want you to be my affiliate. I saw that you have a big network and I see that you're selling these things. And hey, Cam, I'm going to offer you 30% affiliate commission on that stuff, right? Let's just say that's the offer. If I'm that person, I'm going to say, well, screw that. It's not worth my time. I can sell any product and make 20, 30%. But if you say, hey, Cam, right, you find the way to build out your operations down here to be strong and sturdy. Hey, I'm going to offer you a 70% reoccurring commission, or I'm going to offer you XYZ. The more stable you can get me to focus on the influence up here on this side, the bigger your product gets down on this side. That's like the true power of the MRR system. Like, the true power of this guy is basically, it's like you build out a course, right? You build out the stuff. You still get your affiliate commission the way that you want to structure your affiliate commission, but you push out an MRR and you give them like 100%, 90%, whatever that is worth of commission for them to go sell for you. And then in the back end down here, right, you bring them into your go high level or whatever that is, your tech stack. You start making money, reoccurring revenue off of that tech stack. And then what I would do is give them, each person, reoccurring revenue too. Make it so they can actually build a career off of selling your course, off of influencing people. If you do that, they're going to these big events, right? Speaking, because that's what they do. Now they're speaking about it and they're influencing people on how this email system is the best email system that has ever existed. And they don't want to spend the time doing it themselves because they're making 90-something% commission. And you're covering the support and covering all of the operational crap that nobody wants to deal with. And then again, if you like that stuff, right? It comes down to if you like that stuff, you're dealing with that. They're up on stage, they're selling your product, funneling people into your system. You're making less, if that makes sense. You're not making a 50% or 60 or whatever it is. You're not making that, but they become kind of like a true strategic partner, and they'll keep on branding you as long as your course, your product, your everything is good. They're going to keep on branding you because they want to keep on making money, right? Because why are they in the game? To make money. You empower them to make money. They're going to stick. If they can make a lot of money, they're going to focus. If you get a lot of people focusing on it, you trend. If you trend, you go viral. If you go viral, the virality spreads even more. More people come in and your influence grows. And if they're all coming down to a single source, a single focus, this is how, like, these companies that do the MRR, like the Lipo companies and all these other ones, their product sucks. Like, their courses suck. They're terrible. They're terrible. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. But how they're so successful is they influence others to sell for them. Yeah, that's
powerful.
That's what I would do if I were you. I would find a way to apply this. Again, we're building out the structure so this way anyone can apply an MRR program, like a snapshot. Anyone can apply any type of course or system or anything to their own MRR program. And then, like, how our system's working is kind of like this. Like, they come in through our journey, and this is something that I've been working on recording. They just come in here and they learn, like, here's the steps of success. Here's the knowledge that they need. Here's their action steps. Here's how they get their goals, all the way down to, hey, you're ready to create your own course, quote unquote, right? Your own MRR, you know the whole MRR program, you know how it works, you know the structure of it, you know the how these different softwares and these different things work, you know all of the stuff. You ready to create your own? Yes, I'm ready to create my own influence. What the heck do you want to create? I want to create it on spirituality. I want to create it on building out websites. I want to they create it on whatever the frig they want, right? And then you tie that into your own system and you allow them to create their courses and everything freely. But what's end up happening? All of their traffic, all of their resonance, all of their influences is still coming back to your own system. And now you're capitalizing and, in a sense, monopolizing that entire digital space. So, but yeah, I don't know. Does that help? Did I get too complex on that stuff?
No, it makes perfect sense.
So that's how I would do. Do you know? I mean, do you need some direction on it? How to do it?
I mean, this is more steps beyond where I'm at, but it's extremely enlightening just to understand how you get that, fuel, that fuel going.
Yeah.
It's definitely food for thought. Definitely food for thought. Because I'm like taking the cold email stuff into all sorts of different things where it's like, because you don't need to know anything technical about cold email anymore to hit inboxes. Yeah. So the era of needing to know that kind of stuff is over. You just need to know where to click and what to sign up for now.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be taking it from a lot of different approaches, from like, how do you do A to Z for cold email in, record speed, record time, how do you launch, your first, campaign with literal, like almost no knowledge of cold email. But I'm trying to take it into a pricing and a time limitation kind of packaging. Where, because like go high level. Why do people sign up for high level? Because they think they're going to be able to make money quick and it's going to be easy. And yes, there's a demand. Everybody needs it, but that's only a quarter of the battle. And I'm trying to find ways of making cold email kind of that, I don't know, to make it as appealing as those kinds of offers are, when we know in reality they're not that appealing.
Well, all you do then is do it like this. So you focus on, you should already have like we'll just call it a snapshot, whether you use Go High Level for it or any other software for it. You already have your operational snapshot, right?
Okay, I like that. I like that term, operational snapshot.
Yeah. So like you get your operational snapshot. This includes all of the softwares. This includes everything that you're going to use, right? And then again, if you can sign up for them, it's a win. If you cannot sign up for them, right? Like, so I'll give you like an example, like what we do, right? So our software is here, right? If you look at like these different things, these are all third-party software. So like Go High Level, right? Like Play, I'll give you like an example, like Play, if you're familiar with Play, right? So Play, like, anyways, we just have a bunch of third-party different software. Now, if we did a course and we said, hey, go sign up for this, and then go sign up for this, and then go sign up for this, and then go sign up for this, people are already freaking confused because this solution's big. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what you do is you do an automation in the back end, like an RPA automation, robotic process automation. And like an example would be like, let's see if we have, here, I'll just pull up Zero Work. Zero Work's a good one. Task Magic is a really good one, right? But basically, what was that? Sorry.
What's Task that Magic? TaskBot? Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about Task Magic.
Yeah, so we have that within our system. We have like all of the stuff within our system, because what we know is like, if I took you through a course and I'm like, hey man, guess what? Ty, you need to sign up for, just pop it up, Guru, all right? Architect is Guru, is if you're familiar, are you familiar with Guru?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I'll just log in, I'll show you. This is just Guru. Like, it's a white labeled version of Guru where people can come in and now build, right? So it's like, hey, Ty, you need to sign up for this software and this software and this software and this software and this software, Canva and blah, 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 blah. If I went through that stuff, you're going to say, screw you, Cam, it takes too much time, right? But you build out a robotic process automation like this. Somebody fills out a form. So like, for instance, somebody comes into our system, they just create an account here. They fill out a form. And then what we do is we have an automation that says, oh, cool, you just filled out a form. Let me grab that information, right? You have to capture the right information. Let me grab that information. And now let me automatically sign up for all of those different software for you. So that way I save you all of that time of creating all of those accounts and everything.
This is huge. I need this. Because one of the things I was thinking too, because like, you look at courses and all these things and it's like, okay, yeah, like 1,500, 500. But one of the things I've thought about is using almost as like a creative financing in a sense where it's like, hey, as long as they're paying for all these services and they are on a recurring affiliate with under me, that's going to be more profitable over time than a one-off, one-time purchase.
Correct. Yep. Correct.
And you're using that's Task Magic will do that. Can I do that to create affiliates? Can I come up with a whole bunch of affiliate links and just provide Task Magic with the right information and then go to a whole bunch of sites?
Yeah. I mean, it's however you want to do it, right? Like I'll give you like an example. Like this is just like creating an account, right? And this is, I'm just showing you a few of them. Like
how much is Task Magic?
Task Magic, just send me your email.
Is that what you're using?
That's all you got to do. Send me your email. I'll get you. So, but Task Magic. So this is called Zero Work. It's on AppSumo, Zero Work, right? Task Magic. Let me just check really quick.
Well, I guess which one's better? Because I need this. What you just said, like literally, like, because my whole process needs to be frictionless as possible. If I can create people's accounts. And I can take care of all that stuff and then have it all emailed to them. Like I'm even wondering too, is like, say the hard costs for building a system is going to be a total of like $500. Yep. And so it's like, what I'm trying to figure out too, is on top of this is how do I make the purchase of those softwares, how do I say this? How do I automate like using privacy.com or something and creating temporary cards to use money that they paid me with to purchase their first months of services? But then all they have to do within the next 30 days is just go in and change that privacy.com temporary card. Because like even with privacy.com, you can pause cards, delete cards. So it's like, how do you purchase their first month subscriptions for them using money they already paid you with, but then automating that kind of a rotation to where they don't have your credit card information?
So great question on that. So you create a system of checks and balances as simple as it is. So like Go High Level is really, again, people use it for like, I just feel it's the wrong reasons. Like they use Go High Level, they use those things for like, oh, I built my website, my landing page. It's like, did you know it runs your entire operation if you know your operations? It's checks and balances. You have a CRM. That CRM, you can access content. You can see if certain logic works, and then you can make actions happen outside of that logic. So in your case, right, somebody purchases, so you have an amount. There's an issue that you're going to run into on that part, which is your risk analysis. If you look at your risk, you're purchasing revenue. Well, what happens if that person says, F you, Ty, middle finger, and then just says, I'm just going to dispute all my charges, right?
Yeah, good point.
Now you're screwed, right? Technically, can you do it for these other people? You can, right? You can. But really it comes down to is you have these different products, you have this different operation that works, and go sign up for HubSpot, go sign up for this, consolidate it down to one system and say, this is the system that works. If you want my course, this is it. That's it. Now they're going to follow those specific steps to get that specific outcome. After that, so now you have the MVP of it, or the leanest model of it. After that piece, then you transition over. Then you transition to, here's your MVP. Then you start expanding out the product or the projects. Because if not, you're going to focus on how do I sign up for HubSpot? Oh, well, I have to know this and that and that and that. It's garbage. Like if you focus on just here's one operation extremely lean, and here's how it works, and that's all that you focus on and you build it out, there's always time in the future for more, right? Because then you can say what matters is testing it to market and seeing if it actually works. That's what matters. The big operation doesn't freaking matter. It really doesn't. It matters. You sold a course. Does it work? Do people buy? Yes. Can you repeat it over? Yes. Can you get these specific people to repeat it like they're clones of you? Yes. Okay. So now you have your marketing side. You're like, oh, cool. We have our marketing sides. Then you go to your conversion sides. I cut it down into 3 sections. It's like this. You have your attraction side. It's a loop. You automate your attraction side. Then you go to your conversion side. It's a loop. You automate your conversion sides. And then once you go to your conversion side, you go to your expansion sides. It's a loop. If you get all of these 3 to loop together, and then you get all of these 3, so the end loop to come in and say your expansion comes to your attraction. If you get that, you create positive feedback loops in your business. It won't stop running. You just keep the process going. Does that make sense? If that conceptualization?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this makes sense. Cause I'm even looking at like, how do I get cold email course put on AppSumo? How do I get like these little entry level things where I can, this is super thought provoking for me, because this is way above my level of perception, because I'm a little bit too small. Which isn't an excuse. It's just how do I say it? Capacity based, pick and choose your battles. So this is like super enlightening, because this is a whole nother way of doing it. This is like basically Legendary Marketer put into a basic framework of how do you get people to sell your stuff for you, even when 90% of people aren't getting any results.
Yep, correct. Like, and that's the thing. You want to eradicate that shiz, because that's what that is that's just bad business is really what it is. Legendary marketers, bad business. These MRRs, you can come on in. Perfect. Yeah. The MRRs, like all these programs are garbage. Like they really are. Like, again, maybe they'll put a little shiny course on there, but if 90% fell on their business is garbage. It is. Like, and I know that's tough to say because you have these big gurus and quote unquote people that are doing it, but their business sucks. How do you make it so it's the success rate is people that do it? As long as they follow through with it, they succeed, right? Now you're going to have slackers, right? That just don't follow through and don't do it. You're going to have that, but then you're going to have people that actually do it. If you do that and that's your system, like imagine your influence then. Now you get people, instead of having to say gimmicky, I just made $500,000. Look at my Stripe accounts, and they're doing all of this revenue-based selling, right? Look how much I made. Well, look how much I made. They're just like, dude, I just followed these steps and I just generated reoccurring revenue. Hell yeah. Like if I can do it, I'm a freaking farmer down the road that has never used a computer, and I follow these steps. If I can do it, you can do it, right? If you create that sense of course, you win the market. You win it. Again, will you get like the Grant Cardones coming in, or the Ty Lopez's coming in, or even Alex Hormozy coming in and say, no, this stuff? Yes, you will, right? You will get those things. But again, they're so temporary. Like they really are so temporary. Like I've gotten the opportunity to meet some of those individuals. And for me, it's just like, you're the guru that everyone's following. What the frig is that crap? So my suggestion is, if you have an email system and that email system works, right? Like it lands in inboxes. Well, if you can get into inboxes, then all you need to do is the system of influence, right? That's all you really need, is an influence into the product. And then it's just like a sheep in a sense. You're guiding them through a specific corral and you're organizing them correctly. If you can do that and anyone can follow that, right? And you organize it correctly, you become the strongest quote unquote course or system that's out there. You just have to make sure that your software and your system allows you to do stuff and doesn't break.
Yeah. I'm looking at this task magic right now, because if I can automate just like these little things where like someone signs up and all of a sudden they get all these confirmation emails, and it's like, how do I say it? It's like, how do I invoke the principle of commitment?
Yeah. So you take a journey, you give them a journey is what you do.
Yeah.
You have to give them a journey. So like, this is why we have a journey. Here's one day. Here's everything that's going to happen in that one day. And we organize it for them. Say, hey, when you're ready to start, fill out this form. They fill it out. And now automation triggers. Hey, we just invited you to all of these different software. What you're going to do is check your email and make sure that your account is validated for each and every one, because we're going to be using each and every one. Oh, okay. Right.
That is so powerful. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm so stoked right now, man. I'm so glad that I caught this.
Yeah, glad you're here.
Yeah, 100%. Because, I mean, I'm bringing so many different pieces together right now. I'm just don't know what the crap I'm doing. And so just even automating that process where it's like, hey, I can ensure that they're signed up underneath my affiliate, have an automation that goes and creates all their accounts based on my affiliates, just to kind of lock that piece in and reduce the actions they have to take. And so it's just like, hey, just show up at this point. Obviously go click and verify. Just that one little piece of it, I feel it just reduces the potential reasons for people not to continue going forward. So no, that's actually really interesting. And just how you kind of modularize this whole thing was super enlightening.
Yeah. And again, act as though, even though people are not children, right? Even though people are not children at all, act as though they are, and just walk them through. Like video, hey, welcome them. In this specific section, we're going to be covering this. And the importance of this is this. So stick with me, and we're going to be covering X, Y, Z until you're completed. Oh, okay. Take them to the next step, like short films, because people do not have a long attention span, like a minute 30 at like the most. And then they go to the next stage and you say, perfect. Now that you're here, you're going to fill out this specific form. When you fill out this specific form, what I'm going to do in the back end is I'm going to invite you to all of these different software. What's going to happen next is you're going to open up your email and you're going to receive all of these different software. And we're going to walk through each and every one to make sure your account is verified. Now, and then you just have a little complete. So they go through, they fill it out, and you say, when you're done, click the complete button. Complete. Anytime they didn't complete it, just do a little circle loop, right? Push them back to that stage, push them back to that stage, push them back to that stage. All of your marketing's covered, your nurturing marketing to get them back through the course. And now you're guiding people through and pushing them and giving them a little nudge to go and complete it. And if all they need to do is complete it and run it to see success, they complete it and run it and see success. Now they're like, oh my gosh, I just built this thing. It took me a week. Oh my gosh, I only invested $1,500 into it, but it's generating me X. They're so freaking excited. Then you empower them to go sell it. Just say, use that excitement to go influence other people. They want to do the same thing. And if you don't, right? If you don't, you're letting them down, right? you create a segregation, those type of things. I need to go serve other people. You get them to serve, get them to serve, get them to serve. And then what ends up happening? You just filled out the top of your funnel, that unlimited lead piece right here. You just filled it out. Boom, boom, boom. They're going to go out and influence. They're going to go out and market. They're going to go out and spread for you. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to come on through. So yes, I'm creating the modules now. Cause again, we had it for this company. If you notice, like did you notice what was going on with me lately? Have you noticed anything?
What?
Like our system got shut down and everything. You know?
Oh yeah. The high level stuff.
Yeah. Because of that specific company.
That's crazy.
That specific company came in and stole all of our processes. That specific company came in and did, again, all of these things, tried to apply it from them, and then just tore our name through the dirt, or my name specifically. my name through the dirt. So virality happened. It spread. Again, we jumped up to 10,000 users, and then they saw where the money was. They wanted to create their own system for money, and they started doing that. So now there's a big old thing going in the background. I won't mention it too much, but there's a big old thing going in the background. But for me, it's still going to build this out. I feel that once this is built, everyone can apply it. The reason that G-Funnel was built, the big reason, is because it is everyone's community. Like, to make a community, you click your profile, right? What kind of business or community do you want? Do you want a personal one or an organization? You create your organization, and then all of a sudden now you have your own social profile with its own community, with its own content, with its own employee portal, with its own backend software. And now everything is either that we have, or that, let's say you're a company, and let's say you're like, I have all of these softwares that I use. Anything specifically to you is now accessible right within the dashboard. Click, you have all your apps, right? All of your courses or education is all right here. If you want to add like your education here, education's there, your community's there. So now it's just like your education's there, your direction's there, your community's there, your software's there, your whole social is there, all of your podcasts are there, all of your, it now takes that focus away from, why are you on Facebook? Why are you on all of these other platforms? Be in here, use those for influence, use this for creation. That's why G-Funnel was created. And then we did a crazy multi-level marketing affiliate system. Like, you create your own, you can create your own any way that you want, but we have a pre-designated one for you too. So it's like, that's what we've been building, is some crazy shiz in the background. But if you want to know the operational side, it's like task magic. Jump in here, right? And if you're using this one, there's two of them that I like. There's tons of them, but there's two of them that I like. I like Task Magic, and I like Zero Work. Task Magic has a limit on actions, meaning like I can only do so many hours of actions, if that makes sense. I have a lot of hours, but I can only do so many hours of actions. And kind of how it looks is like this. So let's say like this is the UK Yellow Pages. Now this is the system on the UK Yellow Pages, where it comes in, it clicks a specific URL, it logs into a specific URL, it searches, it finds on Facebook, it enters an email in, here's the email, it then creates the password, there's the encrypted password, then it clicks specific actions through there and follows all of the different steps. So this is like a automated system for directory listings. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's an example of something that can be created within there. Same thing can be created within here too. So like, for instance, I just did I think it was my last video or video before, I just did an automation on the structure of Facebook. So if you understand like the structure of Facebook marketing, so you jump in, Facebook Mastery, but like this guy, do you do Facebook marketing right now?
Organic.
Okay. So like, if you analyzed your feed, this is in a sense the structure of your feed. You'd see like a friend, a sponsorship, discover page, discover people, discover page, friend, sponsorship. But there's you start seeing groups and groups and groups that you're part of, people responding on those groups that you're part of. So the things that you start seeing the most are your friends for trust, sponsorships for ads, and then the groups related to what you're following and what your interests are. So what you do is you find all the groups that your people are in, you create an automated post for each one of those groups using like this software, using ChatGPT. So ChatGPT goes in there and it analyzes maybe what's going on, or if you have a specific post, right, a specific focus, like email marketing, right, in the mastery of email marketing, you have ChatGPT write a new post in a sense about it, and then it goes in and it posts them in all those different groups. So now it's a group there, a group there, a group there, a group there, a group there. Now, if you have a specific target audience that is just going down their timeline, right? Because most people don't just sit in the group and wait in the group unless they're trying to find an opportunity. A lot of people are just distracted, so they go down their timeline. If they're going down their timeline, now you're appearing in that group, in that group, in that group, in that group, in that group. Your name is appearing constantly over and over and over again, right? So if you have the right content organically, you're getting that. And then from there, if you can do the ads to that same person, right, in those same groups if you want, or if you have your targeted demographic, you're showing up there, you're showing up there, you're showing up there, as well as the groups. The only thing they're seeing is you and the friends. That's basically all they're seeing. So that's what Alex Hermosi does when he's doing his content. Like if you start following him, start doing those things, you'll see his posts everywhere. That's in a sense that algorithm. Once you start engaging, once you start doing that, you're going to see more and more and more of those people. Well, you don't have time to run that as a individual human, right? Maybe your team does if you have a team. Instead, you just say, freaking automate that shiz, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, 100%.
So, but yeah, hopefully that stuff helps. But what I'm going to be doing is jumping back into some courses. But you can like, most people don't go deep into the high level processes. Most people don't go deep into operational processes. Like they're just like, I can do social media management and I can do this stuff. And it's like, I mean, you already know this. Once you can set up an email system for somebody, right? What ends up happening? They start making money or they start doing whatever it is, right? You set up that operation, and I don't know how you have it, but you can leave, right? You can leave and that system's working while you sleep. So Why not do that for everything? If you're going to post a product, let's just say on your AppSumo, there's a process in which you have to post the product on AppSumo, right?
Yeah.
Build out an automation that allows you to post multiple of them and start posting multiple of them. Read their terms see if they have a restriction, right? And then all you do is change the product a little bit here and there. And then you can just like rampantly post these different things in different places. And then somebody comes into you and they're like, hey, Ty, I saw that you posted on AppSumo and I have no idea how to post on there, but I would love so much to learn how to do it. Or actually, can you do it for me? And you would now have a product and you say, heck yeah, I can do it for you. And then you just press play and it runs and it does it for them. They're like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. And you get a testimonial and then you do it again and again and again. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shoot, we have a whole new business where we can just post people's software or products on the AppSumo, right? It's like, it's its own company. It's its own business. Freaking build out the automation and run it. Now, if you teach that, right, and you teach other people that they can do the same thing, that's when things change. So. But yeah, if you need help with building out the courses or building out the systems or building out stuff, let me know. I can jump in there and I can help you build some of the operational sides to it. It just depends on your business, right? Where your time is, where your business is. If you're restarting it, I would suggest you to build it out yourself. If you've already found success and now you're running and you're like, I don't have the time to build it out. I have the resources to build it out. That's when I always suggest hiring somebody else to do it. So
I see.
But if you need help with it or anything, let me know. I can always give you some guidance on it. Or if you need it done for you, let me know. I can give you, we have teams or myself, we can do it for you. Or if you're just like, I don't want to do any of that stuff, I'm just restarting Cam, I just need to know what to do. I'm going to build courses on this stuff anyways. So just let me know and just say, Cam, this would be cool. Cause I'm always learning too. I'm always a student. If I can learn it, then I can create the processes for it. If I can create the processes for it, if you're in my Task Magic, like this is my Task Magic, it's very easy for me to come in and clone a system, if that makes sense. So I can say, oh, cool, I have a system created. Here's your specific profile, right? I can give you access to your specific profile, and then I can just come in there and I can say, I need this specific automation. I need to duplicate this automation into your own workspace. I can then duplicate that automation, put it into your own workspace, and then you could run that automation as your own, if that makes sense.
Okay. So. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
this Task Magic is off the hook.
Yeah, it's awesome. So it's good stuff. The only issue that I ran into is sometimes API coming into Task Magic.
Yeah.
So like when structuring it, so like let's say I'm structuring it. So let's say I'm doing it won't let me do it, but let's just say I'm structuring the thing. So it pulls in data just like this. It pulls in data from active pieces. If you're familiar with active pieces, it's like an API hub called Active Pieces. It's similar to Zapier, right? It uses that as its back-end API hub, so you can push data back and forth. Like, meaning I can do it like this, right? I can have it where, like right here, I have a trigger, right? So here's my trigger, right? It's basically lead connector triggering to this, if that makes sense. Then I can have it run a specific automation, and then you build that out just like you would like a Zap, if that makes sense. And then what it does is it has agents that will run and do the other stuff for you.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I'm excited. I need to go buy this and jump in it.
Yeah. So do that. I don't know what their pricing is. What's the pricing? What's their pricing now?
They got the one times, and then they have the monthlies.
I can tell you a good one to get. If you're going to get it, let me see if I even have an affiliate. If you're going to get this guy, might as well send money to me too, right? I don't even think they have one, so I probably won't get anything. Oh, there it is. Affiliates. There you go. If you want to buy it and you want to buy it using my link, let me know. If not, that's okay too. There's my link.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put that in there. What the? Did it? Oh, that's weird. Cameron. Weird. On Facebook, when I put it in there, it changes the name for me. There you go. But yeah, if you jump in there, I don't know the pricing, but I do know that if you need any assistance with it, let me know and I can help set some stuff up. It is pretty strong. You have to have it works in the background of your computer if you're using it. But this one is strong. This one is strong. If you don't want to pay for any of them, I believe I have another one that I do not use at all that I can always shift to you. The reason I didn't use it is because it works, like the automations and stuff, it works. But when I'm bringing in like an API, it didn't work, if that makes sense.
Oh, no. Okay.
So an API means dynamic data. Dynamic data means functionality. Without that, it's a crap system, in my own opinion. So, like, I only use this one because if I'm doing mass data, it works, but I'm just pulling it from a Google Sheet or a data table. So if I'm doing that, I'll use mass data for that. If I'm using anything that's really dynamic, I'll use Task Magic for it. So hope that stuff helps to help.
It does. Thank you so much, Cameron, for your time.
No problem. I'm going to get back to teaching or doing the course of the MRR, okay?
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah, reach out if you need anything. You're welcome to stay in and message to whatever you need, okay?
Okay, bye.
All right, thanks. We'll see you back. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to stop back in. So again, within this specific process, we're going to go through the MRR. So let me just take a look really quick at the courses that I already have on this guy. If anyone else wants to jump in, again, I do these live, so I'll answer questions. I'll do whatever. Again, do I get off topic a little bit? Sometimes I do. But that's a win for you. I mean, you jump in, you ask me some weird questions, I'll jump off topic for a bit. That being said, let's jump into here. So I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to look at our videos really quick. So we got videos for the MRR. Let's go into, see if we're in our modules really quick. Let's see if we got it in there. Let me just jump into courses, English course. Nope, that was a bad company. I don't like that company. I think they're they're extremely dishonest. I just don't like them. So if you're a member of that specific company that I just showed on my screen, sorry, I don't think I did. I'm not sharing my screen here. I'll share my screen on there. Sorry, I just shared one. I don't like them. They're extremely dishonest company. They steal a lot of stuff. That's, of course, my opinion on there. So that way, legally, I'm okay to say it, but I think they're just garbage. That being said, let's jump in. Our clients, let's see, I think I have it in MRR course. If not, I'm just going to rebuild it. I might just rebuild it. Okay, I'll just rebuild it. I'll jump back here. We'll jump into our modules, our data. I'm just going to create a new folder. We'll call it education. Education. Okay. Education. Okay. I did this one. It was digital marketer certificate, level 1 digital marketing. That's the one. Here we go. Videos. Okay. Let's bring in some videos really quick. Let's go into our videos. All righty. Boom. And boom. Okay. Let's see how much content's coming in. 9 hours. All righty. It'll maybe be a little bit. Okay, let's see what kind of. We have roots, intro to understanding the roots of this business. Let me just make sure. I have my headset. Let me just check really quick. That one I didn't get into detail. Let me just check. Success programming. Okay, so let's organize this guy really quick. So we have our videos. I'm going to jump back here. Here is our, okay, we have module 1. Module 1. I'll put module 2 down here. Module 3 down here. 3, module 4. Okay. So this specific side, section introduction. Let's make sure that they're there. Okay, so we're going to have introduction as a section. We're going to follow main steps. So we're going to say introduction. I was following these guys right here. Introduction, success programming, daily knowledge, action steps, and then I'll continue on. We'll do the same thing. So we'll just do this, success programming. Again, why I'm organizing it in here is because I do a lot of videos. It's easy to keep them organized if we do it like this. So success programming, we'll probably do a few of them. So this one is probably introduction. Let me just check what we have here. Success programming intro. Let me just check. So this one is 19 seconds. All righty. Okay. And again, why I'm not doing the basic course, I'm just doing this specific one is because I feel that it's so much easier just to go through these freaking courses, like so much easier to just build them straight through. I mean, what do we have? It's almost 2 p.m. I'm going to do this entire freaking course here. I'm just going to do it from scratch. And again, I can go like hair or I can go hat. I'm going hat because logo. There we go. That's why I'm doing the hat. But here we go. So we're going to jump into here. I'm going to copy this. All righty. And then this one is going to be, let me jump back into a share screen. This specific course is going to be our Learn and Earn and I'll put MRR Business Model. Okay. If you were in a little bit earlier, you can rewind some stuff. If you were in a little bit earlier, we went through, individual came in, Ty came in, and then Ty was kind of building out an email course. And we just walked through kind of the system of what to implement to how to build out like an unlimited lead pool. A little bit. We touched on that. I'm going to close these guys really quick. Okay. Cancel. We'll leave that one open for the most part, and then we'll come into here. Okay. So I need to do, so we're going to do module 1, and this one's going to be our introduction. Alrighty, and then our stage, it'll be a welcome and overview. It'll be welcome, okay. That'll be the first thing, and then the next thing is introduction, and I'll say business overview. And then I'll go into introduction, and I'll just say earnings. I'll call it potential earnings. I'll cover that in the course. Okay, so that would be, again, module 1, and then we'll go into welcome that. I'm going to go into our course overview. Okay, let me go actually bring that below. Insert above, and then I'll go introduction. And we're going to call this one course overview. Pretty easy, right? What's up and welcome. So somebody come into one of our lives. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to let me know. I mean, I'll have you on here, so feel free to let me know. Let's go into, that's our introduction. Module 1 is introduction, potential earnings, and then it'll get into getting started. Getting started, and this will be invites. So this will be software invites. Getting started. This will be verifying software. Getting started. Actually, I'm going to do above it. I'm going to call it above. Getting started. Love your cat. Do you like it? My G-funnel cat. It's not bad. Getting started. It will be, we'll have them on the, we'll have a store for them. So people can like customize their own shiz, but I figure why not? Extra piece of money. I mean, if you're somebody who's trying to sell stuff like VAs, whatever the case it is, my suggestion is you find a brand, you start branding it, and then you just start selling the shiz. People will buy it. People buy about anything. People buy sweat from like Michael Jackson. People buy anything. So getting started, we'll just call this registration. Okay, so getting started. This is module 1, getting started. Verifying the software. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to do getting started, getting started, getting started, getting started. And this is software walkthrough. Getting started. Picking a software plan. They should probably do it above, right? registration. I'm going to go insert above. This will be getting started. And we'll just do that. Choosing the correct plan. Okay. Then the software invite, and then the verifying of the software. And then on this one, scheduling onboarding. I think I'm going to have that. I'm debating on having that inside of this. I'm probably sure that we'll do that. MRR Business Module, right? Register business, registration. They'll put in information. That information will create a bunch of different automations that will help structure and organize their entire business. From there, they're going to choose a plan. That plan's going to give them a bunch of different software, and then it's going to invite them to those softwares. After that, they're going to schedule an onboarding call, and this is going to be probably optional. Okay, potential earnings. Why don't you do YouTube instead? How do you mean? Why don't I do YouTube instead? So this is actually live streamed on YouTube right now. Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about like putting the videos on this, or which one are you talking about? Because yeah, this is live streamed right now on YouTube. So it's live streamed on Facebook, it's live streamed on YouTube, it's live streamed on quite a few different things. So payment process, okay. Posting educational videos on YouTube. Yeah, I mean it will like. So great question. So we'll be structuring our YouTube shortly, which will have the introductions and all of these things that guide people in. We'll be doing those things. I also want them in the courses within our system. So yeah, people do. They watch those introductions a lot more than these lives. So these lives, you get a few people on. Like there are some people don't. So it just depends. So what do? You're a VA, right? VA building your business. CEO at the Maxvid. Is that what it is? Maxivid. So where are you from? Looking at your name, I would guess, and I'm just guessing. Where are you from? You're from Nigeria. You're from Lagos. Okay. Lagos. Are you Igbo or Igbo? What tribe are you from? Igbo? Maybe? Okay. Yoruba? Yoruba. All righty. How many languages do you know? Do you know that there's over 3,000 different languages within Nigeria? It's a simple fact. Yes, 2 of them. Yeah, there's over 3,000 different languages there. How about that? Freaking crazy. 3,000 different languages. It's like, I just look at it as like, how many languages do I know? Maybe 1.5, right? I know some Spanish. I know those things. There are freaking 3,000 different languages just in Nigeria alone. How crazy is that? I think it's crazy. That's just my thing. So you speak Yoruba and English. Okay, cool. I like it. Yoruba. I'm gonna my spouse is Igbo from Nigeria. So that's just, I looked at the name and I'm just like, oh, cool. I usually hire a lot of Nigerians. I like Nigerians. I hire a lot of Nigerians, and then, yeah, I like Nigerians. So I like Nigerians a lot. So here we go. We have introduction. We have our course overview. We have our business overview. We have potential earnings of it. We have our business. Next one, getting started with our business registration. Choosing the correct plan. Then we have our software invites to come in. Then we can schedule an onboarding. This is optional. Optional. Cool. Schedule an onboarding. Okay, we have four. That's good. Symmetrical. Okay, next thing. I'm just going to continue back into this video. Okay, next thing on this, that's module 1, getting started. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. All righty. We'll call this one the welcome module. Welcome module. This one's welcome. Boom, getting started. That's probably enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably enough there. Okay. And then I'll say getting started. Getting started, probably the resources. So instead of scheduling an onboarding, we're just going to go into resources. Because if I schedule an onboarding, it's all good. The only issue is that we're going to get, there's a bottleneck. So if I remove that bottleneck, then I don't have to deal with that bottleneck anymore. So we'll just do that. Accessing resources. Accessing resources. Boom. Okay. Welcome. This is the welcome module. From there, we're going to go into our, we'll just call it section 1. Module 1. We'll just call it module 1. Okay. So now they have these specific things. So the next thing we'll do is we'll focus into our introduction. Okay, we went over the business model, so they understand the business model. They understand how all of these things are. This specific state or thing would be introduction. So they should have accessing all their resources. And now we're jumping into the introduction. The introduction is, yeah, let's just do that. Business registration is optional. I'll keep that into the getting started. Optional, getting access to all these things is optional. So now we go into introduction. So introduction, what we're going to be doing in that introduction, we'll go into success programming. And the first thing is to build a routine. So introduction, success programming, action steps. Action steps, and then we'll go into daily knowledge. Action steps. And then summary. And then that's basically what we're going to be copying. Copy that, we'll paste that there. And we'll do section number 2, copy that, paste that here. Section number 3, copy that. And if you have any questions, let me know. I mean, feel free. It's what this is open for. Feel free to dive in, ask questions. Feel free to do whatever the heck you need. Okay, let me jump in here. Oops. Okay, so we'll have 4. Do it again. 5. And for anyone who's just jumping in, we went over a lot of stuff in the past. I would just say reverse and see. Somebody had an email course. They were wanting to know how to structure it. So we went kind of through how to structure it. What I'm doing is I'm just building out this module. All this module does is it guides somebody how to set up a dynamic MRR. So this will be a dynamic MRR. Okay. It shows them how to do it, shows them how to set it up. And then from there, this course will be able to be applied to anyone else's course that is doing an MRR. So people can come up with a new product, use our course, come up with another product, use our course, come up with another one, use our course. So the idea is to make it very dynamic so tons of people can use it. That's the big goal. So we have this one, we have this one, 6. 6 is usually replication. So that is it. Cool. I'm going to jump off live for just a second. I'll probably be back, but I just want to jump in so you guys have a little bit of view on it. Again, what we're doing is you're just building out different course modules to match. If you haven't already done so, come and create your account. You can come in new social platform. The more that you communicate here, the more that you'll gain exposure here. So jump on in, create a free account. It's gfunnel.com. Come on in here. Again, you'd have access to it. You can jump in. You can see different videos, different blogs. You can see those, access different softwares. There's a bunch of different software in here. It's pretty awesome. That software includes like Lead Connector, includes these. There's a lot of operational systems in the back end. Like I said, like this type of stuff in the back end, a lot of stuff running, but we've done what we can to organize it simply into these specific steps to make it so freaking easy for you. That's our goal. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to jump off this line for just a bit. So I'll probably be back. But if you have any questions, feel free to DM me and I will be able to assist you. So again, thanks for watching. And again, I'll be diving into some of these live courses for people. So I'm going to jump off right now.